All right, we are live right now. Welcome back, those who are watching us. This is KD Gulf Sasa TV. We are back like we never left, and today we are here with this beautiful lady, Njeri. Njeri is here to talk to us, to explain to us matters concerning visas. All right, without further ado, Njeri, talk to Kenyans.
Hi Kenyans, how are you? Yes, my name is Jerry and I'm a visa consultant based in UAE. And yes, I'm here to tell you maybe regarding the question you have about absconding, about overstay, and about any other thing you need to know. Please don't call me on Facebook right now. Okay, so regarding the question of absconding, is that what you want to talk about, Mr. Hart?
Yes, go ahead.
Alright, absconding means most of people don't know the meaning of absconding, and they think the reason as to why so many Kenyans have absconding is because they think absconding can only be filed by the employer. Maybe if you are working in a particular company and you have cases with the employer and that they put absconding. That is one way, but doesn't mean it is only through employer you can get. Absconding currently at the moment, Kenya, we are leading on overstay. I was in the at immigration yesterday and I was asking them why some visas are taking too long, and they told me, according to the survey, Kenya is number 2 in overstay cases, and that means they are absconding even within 3 days overstay, and they keep on sending message to the agency, can you please file absconding case for this person? And we are trying as much as possible because we don't really like to see people having absconding and such a thing, because to remove it, it is really a headache. So
Thank you very much, Njeri. Go ahead.
So what happens when you have abscond and you need to remove it? First of all, if it depends. If you have abscond from employer, maybe in cases where you can get absconding filed by your employer is when you run away from work, or if it is a company you have failed to report to work without any reason, without any information, they can file absconding. But if you have been, if you cannot be filed absconding if you are still in that company, you are still in that company without any case, without any problem, there is no way they can file absconding. Another way they can file absconding employer is when they have cancelled your visa and then you go overstay. They will definitely give you notice and tell you, can you please change status? If you don't comply with the law, then they will have no choice than to file absconding, meaning they will just go to the immigration and say, this person is no longer under our hands, and so take it over from there. And that means absconding has been filed. That absconding means you cannot get visa, you cannot get a tourist visa, you cannot get employment visa unless it is removed. For tourists, they file if you have gone overstay, especially Abu Dhabi immigration is very strict. Within 3 days, they are telling you, can you file absconding? Once it is filed, you can remove it. The way you can remove this absconding is by coming into an agreement with whoever filed that absconding. If it is employer, you need to go to employer and tell them they need to remove your absconding so you can change status. They will tell you the amount you need to pay for them to remove the absconding in accordance to the law of immigration. How much they paid to file the absconding, you need to pay them back such that they can remove the absconding. And once they remove the absconding, they give you like 2 to 3 days to change the status. If you had gone overstay, you need to pay that overstay for them to remove it, and it is removable. About tourist visa, if agency put for you, then you need to go to that particular agency, tell them, can you please remove this absconding, and they will tell you how much you need to pay according to how much they paid. We don't have specific amount because they are different Dinata can make your visa, Abu Dhabi can make your visa, Dubai themselves can make your visa, or Etihad can make your visa. Depending on how much Etihad is charging for absconding, how much is Dinata is charging, they charge differently. That is why absconding doesn't have a particular amount. Sometimes some people will tell you need to pay 5,000. Other people will tell you need to pay 3,000, depending. However, I would like to talk to my fellow agent and tell them, please, before you decide to put someone on absconding, inform them. Don't just put it because it is really hectic. And this particular person who has absconding, if didn't have 500 to change status, that means you have made them career worthy. Just give them chances as much as possible. Give them chances and let them change status if they can. If there is then nothing you can do, just file it. But before you file, please contact them and warn them against what is going to happen.
All right, thank you very much, Njeri. I have a question for you. Lately, we are having visa issue, problem, especially for Kenyans. Is absconding one of the reasons why we are not getting visas? Because I can see my inbox is full of people saying that they applied visas with agencies, but still now it's a month or two, they haven't received visas. How should someone know that they're under absconding or someone reported them for absconding?
There is a way to check, like you can go to ICA, you check how to pay overstay, and it will show you, it will guide you direct on how to pay. Once you are trying to pay the overstay, it will show you this person cannot pay overstay. That means that person is already absconding. As agents, before we apply visa, first of all, we check. For instance, if you don't have cancellation letter and you tell me you have no idea when your visa is expiring, what we do, we check whether you have overstay. If you have overstay, I will check how much you have. Then there is a somewhere I will find that this person cannot pay overstay. If you cannot pay overstay, myself, I won't apply. Go ahead and apply that visa because it will be automatic rejected. And once it is rejected, that means you have lost money. And what I normally advise is that you just go first of all, try to remove this. If it is not removable, then I'll just give back your money and you try any other way you can do. You need maybe you some people, there's some people we tell just look for money. Once you look for money and everything is done, just go home for good, because there are some cases you cannot pay overstay. And I'm advising people as much as possible, it doesn't matter how much overstay you have, you can check whether you still have that overstay, because some overstay have been waived. I've seen people with over 20,000 overstay and the years have been waived, but not all. Once I tell people, please, if we say like you find people are giving rumors, visas have been extended, don't come around and just say, sit, relax, and say visas have been extended, because immigration is very specific. And once you ask them, they tell you visa is personal. The visa is personal in this case. If we say the visa has been extended, go ahead and check yours has been extended. If yours have not been extended, please change status, because you cannot go to sue immigration, tell them you didn't extend mine. No. And visa, the way my visa is being handled is not the same way your visa is being handled. So please be safe, my people. Don't just go with rumors always saying the visa has been extended, so I will relax. No, don't relax, but take a chance. If yours has been waived, because there are some people have found that their visas have been waived, and I'm telling them, please try, because we don't know tomorrow how it will be. If yours have been waived, change status immediately, such that in case something happened tomorrow and they return that overstay, you still have already been changed the status, and that means they won't be able to, that one won't affect you. So take chance when it comes. Yes, and once we say there is amnesty, please take chance, because that is the main reason as to why we are not getting visa. It's better we talk the truth, because that is the truth that is happening. Kenya, we are number 2 in overstay cases. We are number 3 in absconding cases. And people are like, they don't care. Once you don't have money, yeah, some people, they don't have money and nothing you can do. If you don't have money and you have tried your best, there is nothing you can do. But before you reach in that before you reach in that statement of saying there is nothing I can do, try your level best. Try your level best not to go overstay, because once you go overstay, it will come a time they won't even give for ladies. However, that thing is being solved, and visa for men will be released soon. They will be getting, according to immigration, because we keep on talking to immigration daily. They say Kenya, they don't have any issue with Kenya. They can give, there is no official confirmation of any ban for Kenya, no official confirmation, but it is happening. It is right. It is not something that is permanent. It's something that just need to be solved between the embassy and the government of UAE. And I guess that is why this guy,
Uh,
right?
Jerry, allow me to cut you short on this visa. Uh, some guys, some men are getting visas, while others are not able to get visas. Why do you think so?
Yeah, as I said, there is no official confirmation of ban. And that is why some people, let me say, it is 2% of people who can get visa, 98 are being rejected. So if your case is not urgent, because someone told me I've already gotten job, please apply for me because it will be approved. And I told him, instead of applying 90 days, which is a bit expensive, apply 30 days, let's try with it. And it was rejected. So what I can tell people, as much as you want to have that visa, as much as you want to have that visa, you want to come to UAE, please wait until we have official confirmation that visas are coming out. However, not all visas are being rejected. In some cases, some visas are being approved without any reason. Immigration is not giving any reason. Even after we apply, we call immigration and they say the visa is on the process and everything is okay. There is no official confirmation of the ban.
Thank you very much, Njeri. Another question is about visa extension. Let's say, for example, if I apply with you and then I want to do the extension, what time or what period should I approach you to do my visa extension? And if it happens to be that the delay is coming from your side, who is going to pay for the overstay?
Well, suppose for visa extension, it will take 2 to 3 days. However, we tell people to start at least 1 week before, such that if you need good conduct, which in most cases, once it comes to Abu Dhabi visa, you need police clearance. And if like you give me money 1 week before, and that is visa extension, which is supposed to take 2 to 3 days. If visa can take up to 4 days, we don't guarantee people. However, once it come to my side and I make a mistake, because we are people, we are human and we do make mistake, myself, I take my own cross. However, I will update you on this. If anything, if immigration ask for something, like they say we need good conduct, I will tell you in time, please apply for good conduct because it is needed. If you delay on your side, that means the mistake on your side, but information you get on time. But for agent, what I tell agents, where we should take responsibilities, where, like for instance, immigration would send information document needed, and this document should be maybe good conduct, and I don't give you information in time, then I'm giving you information on the last day. That means it is I should carry on my own cross because I didn't give you information. But if you have information, that means it is up to you.
All right, asante sana Njeri. All right, before you apply visas, do you go ahead to explain to your clients what are the requirements, or you just get the visa and that's it?
Yes, before we apply the
Because
visa,
it seems
we
like most most go ahead.
yeah, please go ahead and continue.
Yeah, because I've seen because most of agencies do apply visas, but I can vividly tell you that a lot of Kenyans don't have information. So that keeps me wonder, like, do you just apply for visa and that's it, or do you also you provide some information to your clients?
Before myself, I apply visa, and before those people I work with, we apply visa. What we do, first of all, we explain to them how long visa is supposed to take. We check whether you have overstay and how many days are remaining. We tell you exactly how long the visa can take, and we tell in case you have only 2 days, we tell you we will try our best to make it in 2 days. But in case that visa won't be out in 2 days, just be prepared in 1 or 2 days overstay. In that case, we will give full information, and as well we advise how in case like for instance visa for men, as for myself, I've not applied. I really feel I am not applying. Even if someone, yesterday I gave someone money back because I couldn't apply. As much as I am in business, this business need more of humanity than looking up to money, because the people you are making for visa, that means they are not rich people. They are people who are trying to work hard and become someone tomorrow. So if I make you visa and yours get rejected, that means I will have, maybe some people have even sold the cow or something from home to apply this visa. And I know for sure, I'm not sure this visa will be approved. I will not apply. Even if client insists, I will first of all tell the repercussion of applying visa when there is no official confirmation of visa being approved. However, for ladies, we can be sure 100%. Okay, for visa, not 100%, but 99%, they are being approved, even if sometimes they take a bit long than before.
Thank you very much, Jerry, for that. I'll take a question from one of the viewers. She's saying, or I can't know the gender from our Facebook site. Say, can you use the police clearance for 90 days to extend your visa twice?
Yes, you can use it even 3 times. I've seen someone who came with a police clearance for February last year, and we applied and it was approved. So in most cases, they are not checking that detail too much, because as for police clearance, there is nothing as Kenyan individual have done. It's just something we don't understand what is happening and why is only Kenyans we are asking for police clearance. So if your police clearance is expired, I won't tell you it is 100% that they will accept it, but they are accepting. However, some cases they can say we need another police clearance, but in most cases they are accepting even expired police clearance.
Asante sana, Njeri. Uh, I have another question here. I think this one is asking for, what is it? On visa. Do you do on visa application?
Yes, we do employment visa, that is freelance visa, right? We do
Absolutely
three,
correct.
yes, we do 2 years, and we also do 3 years visa application. What you need is, first of all, you must have a valid visa. And if you have valid visa, tourist visa, or maybe cancelled, we need like 1 month to apply that visa, because in some cases it will take 15 days, but it is better once you have 3 months instead of going overstay, because for visa approval is up to immigration, not We don't approve visa. We only apply and then it is get approved by the immigration. For you to have that 2 years visa, which is for now, I'm advising most Kenyans to have it because it saves you a lot. Sometimes you go to work, and the most cases why people are here on a casual basis is because they lack information, and they are told that if you have your own visa and you go to a house, if you're working in a house and you don't like that house, you just tell them, please, I can no longer work with you. Just leave that place and you leave with your document instead of having someone visa. And in this visa, it has there is something called legal law. There is a time, there is a contract you signed. I should work with this person until this time. If you don't comply to that law, they have the permission to give you ban. Some will even end up giving you immigration ban, which is very dangerous. But for labor ban is okay, which is I wouldn't advise because not everyone who can be able to go and work at free zone. But if you don't want to have those ban, don't 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 apply, don't go ahead and tell that employer or that person to apply for you visa if you are not comfortable with that company, you are not comfortable with that home, because at the end they will either ban you. Once they ban you, they can even put immigration ban, which has most of people at Nanda, they have absconding, by the way. They have absconding simply because they lacked information. Don't ever leave your passport with your employer unless he or she is applying for cancellation, but not until then. Don't tell me you are waking up in the morning to leave the house because you don't like that home, and you leave them with your document. The document you came with from Kenya doesn't matter. They are the one who paid for your ticket. Your passport belongs to you and yours alone. You don't have to leave that place by force. You just need, first of all, tell them, I can no longer work here for this reason. You either take me home or cancel my document. If they take you home and they cancel without putting you back, it's okay. You can come back. Other than staying here 10 years and you don't have a document.
Thank you much, Njeri. You talked about the freelance visa, which is suitable for Kadama. Now, they are asking how much does it cost?
There is two types. There is low professional and there is high professional. For low professional, that is like cleaners and those maid visa, not really, but mostly cleaners, and that it goes around 85. But for high professional, it go from 9, or depending with the company, because some company they have direct access, others they get from other sources. That means the prices may vary depending on the company. However, this is one thing I will advise whenever you apply freelance, because you can apply freelance with a company which they have issues with the immigration, and that means you are also under that issue. So first of all, know whom to deal with. Learn first to ask so as many questions. Ask what is the advantage of having this visa, disadvantage, because in every advantage there is disadvantage. There are some people who will tell you, like for instance, some people will even tell you pay 7,000, but once you pay 7,000, in between they will ask you pay for medical, pay for ID. At the end, which was 7,000, you will end up paying 15,000. I've seen such cases. So first of all, learn who you are dealing with, and as well the reliability of that person and that particular company, because some company they have issues, and once you apply, sometimes you get a job with your own visa, but they give you letter of no objection, but once they check for work permit, you cannot get work permit because the company have issues. So be very, very careful once it comes to freelance.
Thank you, Njeri. There's one more member they are asking you. Can they respond to him or her? I can't really tell who she is or he is. Are you able to read what's on the screen, Njeri?
Yeah, hello, I'm late and I would like to know more about that these absconding issues and consequences and how clear the issue without deportation. Well, first of all, it means if you want to remove that absconding, first of all, know the amount you need. This time around, I would let me speak in Swahili hapa because najua kuna watu wana watch wenye ni spies. Kama uko na overstay na umeambiwa unataka kwenda kuapply hii overstay wave, usijipeleke kwa immigration at the moment, kwa sababu watakuweka kwa jail and at the end watakuwa abscond kama una hizi pesa. Kama uko na pesa unaweza jipeleka, kwa sababu wakikushika utapatia pesa waendelee, lakini kama hauna hizi pesa at the moment, abia hata kama ni mtu wako kwa agents achukue dokumenti zako akupelekee, but usijipelekee. Kuna watu kadhaa wako kwa jail sahi wako very strict, wanachukua mtu na ujue with this absconding means you cannot change visa, you cannot leave this country willingly because wewe ni suspect. Absconding inamaanisha uko suspect because in one way or another you have violated the law. That what means kitu yenye unaweza fanya, if you want to remove it, go to your agency, go to the employer, whoever mwenye aliput your ban, and if that employer is not willing and you have the money with you, first of all make sure you have the money with you, and the employer is not willing to remove your absconding, you can go ahead and sue them, and the government will take it from there. However, it is removable, but be very careful. First of all, know how much you need before you decide to go to police or to the immigration, because at the end you might be deported.
Thank you, Njeri. So absconding in short tunamaanisha huyo mtu ni criminal.
Yes.
That's what you mean. Correct. Kuna mtu anauliza any information about main visas since Matiang'i yuko UAE. Anafikiri umejibu hilo swali, but still unaweza mjibu, pengine hakukuwa online.
Yes, about this visa, we are not even sure whether Matiang'i came specifically for visas, because we have not seen any positive response up to now. And what we know is that our embassy, if you are watching there, sorry to say, you are very reluctant, and we would like you to work, because I keep on calling them, and whenever I call them, there is this reception always pick my call, and and she always tell me, I have no idea of what's happening. Like, if I tell her the visa, Kenyan visa, they have problem, can you please act before we get some rejection? And she's like, okay, I will check on it. We have no information. Then another day you call, men's visa being rejected. Can you check? No, visa is personal. We have no information. So please, embassy, work on that. I know if only our embassy can cooperate with the UAE immigration, and for us people, we cooperate, because as much as we are saying the embassy needs to cooperate with us, we also have to cooperate with them, because there is no way they can keep on telling government, please release visa for Kenya, and we are here going over the day and day, then it won't work. It is two-way. For us, we cooperate with them, and for them to cooperate with us. If we do that, then everything gonna be all right. And I will also add one thing, because as I said, Kenya is second in absconding, second in overstay, third in absconding cases. So if you know your visa is about to expire, please change your visa. It doesn't matter which agency you're gonna use, but please change your visa and be here legally, because once absconding is put, to remove it is a hectic. It's a hectic, to be sure.
Thank you very much, Njeri. Maybe just to add on what you said about the embassy or the consulate, I'm pretty sure they are watching this, and we expect them to at least tell Kenya what is happening, because it's for quite some time. All right, moving forward, we were to. Someone asked me a question. Actually, a lot of Kenyans are asking me questions about mtu anatoka Kenya anafika airport, let's say for example Kadama, because most of them are asking me these questions. Anakuja na visa ya Kadama, anafika airport, alafu anaingia mitini. What advice do you have for those ones thinking in the right in that direction? And also, what message do you have for those ones who are in UAE and they're telling Kenyans back home not to do that?
Okay. Yes, one thing I would advise is that, as I said, visa is very personal. If you are from home and someone advises you, once you get to UAE, come to my house. Ask that person, are you ready to change my visa if it get expired? After all, there is no need of doing that. If you cannot come to where you are supposed to go, it is to just be real and tell that person I wouldn't come there, but if you made for me visa, I promise once I get job I will give you back the money. Everyone, to live to someone else, it will cost you nothing, and you don't have to hide, because you will hide. You see, you will hide and get lost at the airport and go with someone else, but you don't know the repercussion. That visa will only be, mostly Kadama wanakujaga na only 1 month visa, and once that 1 month visa get expired, it means this particular person who brought you here will go to the agency and tell them, I gonna pay for absconding, please abscond this particular person. And you know what means once you are getting absconding, that means you cannot, it is very hard for you to get the job. You utakanga ukiogopa all the time. So please, if someone advises you to run away, first of all, ask them, are you ready to support me until I get the document? And if they are, kama huyu mtu alikuwa anataka kuleta kwa Kadama na umesikia hutaki, hakuna mtu anaweza kuforce ufanye kazi. There is no one should force you to work where you don't want to work. Sometimes we make decision because we didn't have a choice. Okay, you made it and I made for you visa. It's okay. That's very okay. Tell me I cannot come to work. Tell that particular agent I cannot come to work to where you are taking me. But once I get money back, I will pay back whatever you have used. This person is human, you are human too. And at least you won't keep on running, because the moment you get overstay for 1 day, this particular person will go and file absconding for you. Just 1 day overstay. If you came with your work permit, don't try to run away. Don't try, because once you come with work permit, that means work permit is a resident visa. Resident visa can only be cancelled by the sponsor, and that means once that visa is expired, it is only 2 months because it is not yet stamped. And once you run away, that means you will have to look for that sponsor to cancel it. And once sponsor learn that you didn't go to their place, they will go to immigration and report this particular person came and ran away. He is no longer under my heart, and that means you are not under his or her hands, you are under government's hand. That means you are wanted. Please, if you come on work permit, don't run away. Go there, tell them, please don't stamp my visa, don't go medical because I have some issues, I need to go home. Tell them to cancel. That's the right way to do. Or just work with them for 1 year and tell them you don't want to work other than suffering the whole of your life here in UAE.
Thank you very much, Njeri. I'll be taking more questions from those ones who are watching. I think it's the same person asking another question here. Another question is, what happens if one absconds and then take the documents with her and continue using that visa until it expires?
Well, you can use that visa, no problem, but no, it is illegal. Once, if you can even buy with that ID anything you want, you can even go to supermarket and even anywhere you can enter with that ID. But remember, if you meet someone like CID, they don't check your document like this. They check them in the system. And once they find that this particular person has absconding, that means and especially you are working with that visa, there is no case. They will deport you, and that means you will be in blacklist forever. For absconding, they will put you absconding unless the employer comes and say you can remove this absconding. If you ran away, it's okay. I'll tell you, because there are some people who don't have money. They can't talk to the employer. It's okay. Sometimes our blessing come in a different way. Be careful. Work wherever you are working. If you have a good job, find a job pahali uko, and be very careful. Usiingie places vya ovyo ovyo. Fanya kazi, tafuta pesa. Ukituma Kenya, tuma vitu zako Kenya, then jipeleke hapo, wacha udipotiwe. But kama hujaingia hapo, usijaribu kuingia tafadhali. If you are not in that situation, don't try to get into it.
Thank you, Njeri. Thank you very much for those who are watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Ukienda pale YouTube kunaitwa, ukitype KID Gulf Sasa TV utatupata hapo. We are also working on upgrading our website. We are halfway there. Hopefully by next week, site itakuwa ready. We are partnered with some people, some other Africans, so we are here to make all Africans get their information. All right, Njeri.
Yes.
Mbona nyinyi visa agent mnakatala, like you're not willing to give a visa application number to your clients?
We do. It is actually, if myself, for a client come and ask me for visa application number, I will definitely say it immediately. It doesn't cost anything to send application, because it depends with whom you're dealing with. Like for instance, you may dealing with a person who even don't know what they are doing, and they don't take it like it is a passion. If you take this visa thing as a job, it is specific as a job to earn money, most probably you will end up being selfish, being sometimes taking other people's money and eating them, because it is a lot of money. People comes and give you like 10,000. I need a visa. If you don't know what you are doing, you will take that money and say this money is too much. But as much as you are genuine, you love your work, you take it as a ministry, and something that deals with the customer service is very, very dangerous once you try to be something else. So for me, ukikuja uniambie nataka tu application number, sinaga shida yoyote. In fact, once I apply, most of client I screenshot and I said them, I have already applied at this time. It is under immigration process. Please wait. And immediately I get it, I'll send it. So there is no problem with us giving application number as long as you have applied. If someone has not applied, we will not give you application number, because where we get that application number? Yeah, we have no problem with giving. And for those who have problem, agents, please provide your client all the documents they need and information they need. Take it as a passion. Have passion in what you are doing and serve people. Don't be selfish or greedy.
Njeri,
Yeah.
why do you think your company is doing better in terms of visa applications?
Okay, about my company, one thing I would like to tell you is that I work on my own freelancer. I deal with the different company. I deal with Stylex. I deal with the different company. If I apply your visa, it is me, Njeri, as a freelance.
So you are not attached to a specific company.
No, if I give you visa myself, I take full responsible. So for company, I may not be able to talk much, but what I can say about that particular company you're asking, they are very genuine, and sometimes maybe what people lack is information. Sometimes they lack information, and it become a hectic, and the client tend to think the money has gotten lost. But once you have information, everything is well. I can assure you, I've worked with them, with the company, and I am still in the office. And I know if you follow up, and if you need me to follow up for you, they will really not they will not take your money. They don't take your money, but sometimes, as you know, if you don't give them information in time, sometimes it becomes dangerous. But as for me, if I make a mistake, it's me, Jerry.
Okay, Njeri, you as an individual, what challenges do you face when it comes to visa applications, especially for Kenyans?
Yes, the main challenge I face is that some Kenyan, they don't take it, they don't take this being serious, especially once it comes to overstay. I remember there is this particular guy, I paid for him overstay simply to prevent him from being absconded. And then I called him and I told him, guy, please, can you try to change status or just extend visa? And the guy was like, are you my employer? You know what you're trying to prevent, but how would you abscond? You do you even know the meaning of absconding? So this particular person is taking it so personal. Sometimes we get that such question you are doing out of your heart. You even end up and paying the overstay to prevent the absconding, but these particular people will not take it as you are taking it, and you feel like, oh my God, I don't want him to be absconded, but then I have no choice.
Sawa sawa, Njeri. There was a question I missed to ask you. Yes, how comes you visa agents? How comes your pricing is quite expensive compared to foreigners who apply African visas or visas for Africans?
Oh, well, what sometimes it depends with some agents. Some agencies get the visa direct. For instance, if this particular company is sponsored by local, they will get visa direct. But for us, we have to go through local, and we must have a sponsor who is a local. That means the local will give us their price, and then we give you our price in depending. But if you go direct to that local, it is a bit cheaper. The advantage and disadvantage using us as visa agent, because we can follow up and we know exactly what is happening. But once you apply, sometimes you find yourself, even freelance, you find people say, yeah, I applied through this, but this guy is Pakistan, I don't know what, and this particular thing happened. Once it happened, they wash their heart and you are on your own. But for us, because we know, first of all, as African, we have humanity. If you apply with the Africans, they will take it as if it is their own duties. But for that one is good. It's a good deal until something bad happens. Because I've worked with those companies as well. They are also sometimes I get supplier. They are my supplier sometimes, and I find that if I give client to deal with this particular person direct, it will be a hectic.
There was this information about amnesty. Do you have anything like that coming up?
Yeah, most because I was from reliable source. They told me up to now the number of overstay the whole UAE is half half. Half of people they are illegally, they are living illegally here, and the other half they are legal. So what will happen is that after Ramadan they will give definitely amnesty, and amnesty will mean one thing: you have to leave to go to your own country and come back after maybe not at, less than 6 months. After 6 months or 1 year, you can come back. Amnesty means they waived and in a peaceful manner. Amnesty is not like a deportation because they waive in a peaceful manner. The only difference is that once you have absconding, you cannot have amnesty because amnesty is same as paying your overstay. And if I cannot pay overstay when you have absconding, it means even amnesty you won't get it. So the best thing is make sure you don't have absconding. For those people who got visa a long time ago, most of them they don't have absconding because immigration wasn't that strict as for now. But as for now, they are very strict. Don't go overstay to wait for amnesty because if they put you absconding, that means you miss even amnesty thing, and that means the only option is deportation.
Asante sana, Njeri. I'm gonna take a few last questions and then we end this session. Uh, Someone asked, where can we find you?
You can
Uh,
find me through my number plus 971 588 sorry plus 971 588 057647. That is my number. Sometime I am in business bay, but once you're going to the office you can as well find me sometime in Steglex office. Like today I'm here in his office, but once you need to go to the office, maybe you need to inform me because I don't go to the office daily. I am freelance. Freelance, I work outside there and I come sometime.
there's one more question here. I don't know if it's a question or a statement. This Lisa, my previous company recalled me, but they put my application on hold due to visa restrictions to Kenyans. Does that mean even companies are not able to provide work visa to Kenyan men? I'm currently in Kenya.
Actually, I would like to know your company because for Kenyan men, we are getting resident visa as long as you are in UAE. There is no any restriction of visas for people who are already in UAE. And for resident visa, they have no issue, no problem, no care for Kenya or anything. For your company, what I can tell you is that please don't put your hope, your full trust in that company, renew your visa, and stay here legally. Because the moment, even if you go to report that company with the tourist visa, winning case is 20% for you to win.
I think amesema yuko Kenya and I think yuko Kenya
Yes.
na kampani yake imeshindwa kuapply visa, nawaambia kuna visa restrictions. I think that's the
Yes.
question.
Yes. If you are in Kenya, all visas, both work permit and tourist, they are on hold. Even for men, even for ladies, they cannot get work permit from Kenya as per now. The only visa they can get is tourist visa. For work permit, all of them are on hold till further notice, unless you are in UAE. But if you are in Kenya, yes, visa they have been put on hold till further notice.
Sasa, thank you very much, Jerry, and it's always my pleasure to have a chat with you. And before we wind up, do you have more questions or more information for Kenyans?
The only thing I would add, sometimes I feel like crying once I think of my fellow Kenyans. I really love Kenyans and I wish there is a way I can go directly to that embassy and face the immigration and tell them I am a Kenyan representing Kenya and tell you please make our ways right and make our things easy here in UAE. But one thing I would, once I go to embassy, they tell me go and talk to your people, tell your people at least to be in good terms, like to be legal here in UAE and such that we will be able to help. Please Kenyans, if you cannot be able to change status, if you cannot be able to change visa, please go back Kenya and come later. Don't go anymore overstay, please. Don't go anymore overstay because that is our only crime we have done. Kenyans are not known by anything else. I would also like to advise my my friends from Pima, please drink, but mkuwe responsible, msikunywe sana tafadhali. wacheni at least tujegane sisi kama wa Kenya. One thing, if you compare Kenyan in UAE and Kenya in USA, they are totally different because these people they start Kenyans for Kenyans. If I find you doing something wrong, I will try to correct you and show you. If I find you lacking something, I will support you if I can. Let's be like that. Let's be one people. Let us support one another. And at the end of it all, we will make it here in UAE for sure. So please guys, kama mnakunywa wale watu wa Pima na wapenda tu sana. I love you, I love you so much. But please, at least jua chenye ilikuleta huko.
Asante sana Njeri. I think itachukua swali la mwisho hapa alafu tumalizie. Ni kama mnaona hilo swali on the screen please.
Yes, what would you tell Kenyans who are preparing to come to UAE with the visit visa back home? Do you update them with the basic knowledge to understand the consequences that may fall in case of overstay? Yes, if you are preparing to come to UAE, please, if you don't have any other, for those who are here in UAE, please don't take like 3 months if you don't have any other choice to get money to change your visa in case it gets expired. Because as for me, I stayed 1 year without a job. I tarmacked 1 year. I was changing visa daily, so I know how it feels. If, for instance, you come from Kenya and your visa is expiring, if you know you cannot get that money, please go back Kenya, and because you have return ticket, go back Kenya and prepare to come again. If you can come from Kenya, you're from Kenya, please don't come and sleep at the bed space all the day. Wake up at night, apply job as much as possible. If you find part-time, even if it is for cleaning and you have degree, at least go for that cleaning job. Such that doesn't define you. After all, money doesn't write where I work. If you go and do that cleaning job, it will make you have that some money, such that if you come to me and you tell me I have like this money, I need to change visa, but I lack this little, at least we can find how we can help each other. But you can't come to me empty-handed and tell me, Njeri, I want to help you. Nothing. It can't happen like that. Please. If you're coming from Kenya, just know Dubai is not the way people see it. Kama uko hapo Kenya, tafadhali, Dubai ni gumu, unakuja kutafuta job. Jua you need money to go to interview, you need money for bed space, and as well be prepared. It's not guaranteed for you to get job within the 3 months. If you get, glory to God, but it's not guaranteed. So please be prepared for those consequences that can happen, and don't choose the job. Go to part-time within the first month. Be prepared, please.
Thank you, Njeri. I just want to remind all Kenyans, Habs Brani is not an agent. I'm not an agent. I'm not a job agent. I don't work at the consulate, neither do I work at the embassy. So I'm just here to help my fellow Kenyans with the information, and thank you very much for those of you who are supporting me. We are here to make sure that all of you get the right information so that you don't go astray and then say, oh, there's no Kenyan to help me with information. I also want to say condolences to Njeri, the lady who passed on. Tunasema poleni sana kwa familia yao, na Mungu aiweke roho yake mahali pema. Pia nataka kusema website yetu inakuja very soon next week. I'm really pushing to have it working by next week, so that's why tumekuwa very quiet on our YouTube section. We have not been doing much, but once the website iko up, then tutarudi tena nini kwa YouTube. Thank you very much. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, please feel free to do so. It's free to subscribe and it's free to get information. Njeri, asante sana, and if you need me next time, I'm always here.
Thank you so much for having me, and you're doing recommendable job. We really love that because Kenyans, what they lack is information, and if Kenyans get information, we will be in better place. And I know Kenyans, they don't just love to break law; they love to do what is right. Only that they also don't like when their rights is being taken. So thank you so much, and we will support you where we can, and God bless you as well.
All right, thank you very much. In studio is Njeri, and of course, behind the mic was your baby face. Go ahead.
Bye.